Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Anu Adedore and I'm vlogging from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. If this is your first time joining me, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share and turn on your notification bell so that you can get brand new videos when I put up one. Today, the funny thing is that I've been actually really torn on what exactly I want to record about, because to be very sincere with you, I just thought about it like, what should I record about today? Like, when you have a pile of things that you're supposed to do or I'm supposed to have recorded, and I'm like, I'll record, and I see that, today's the day, let me just do it. So today I'll be talking about my labor story. And I'm sharing this story because a lot of people, couple of people had messaged me before and like, okay, I know that you said your labor story was very interesting, so do you want to share with us? And I'm like, okay, today it's going to be like a story time. I'm going to be sharing my labor story. And if you've not seen other videos about my pregnancy journey, please make sure you check it in my motherhood playlist. I'm going to be attaching that so that you can see it. But guys, it was an amazing 40 weeks of God's faithfulness, like I called it. And today I'll be sharing with you my labor story. So let me start from here. So I intentionally took time off work a week before my EDD, which is my expected date of delivery, just because I felt like maybe it's not coming anytime soon. It took some time. I think it was my 37 weeks. I had getting like a lot of Braxton aches, which is the false contractions. And I told myself that, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to go well. At some point I was panicking, and I think, I don't know if I told y'all, but I went baby mooning. So me and my husband went on road trips. 39 weeks, we were 38, between 37 and 38 weeks, so we're traveling, we were just enjoying life. We went to Banff, we went to Kananaskis. Where did we go again? Oh, we were going. We had fun, and the bulk of it was when we were in Banff. I remember that I started having contractions, and these were really tight contractions, and I was like, hey, this baby will not come out, oh Jesus. And I kind of thought about it for 1 minute, but I told myself that no, you know what, this baby's not coming. I'm very sure that, and if the baby comes, we're in a particular city, nothing's going to happen. I kept telling myself all those things. So, 39 weeks, I was nesting. So if you notice my nesting video, I was nesting, I was cleaning the house. I was trying making sure everything was good, everything was neat. And 39th week came, 40th week was here now. So my expected date of delivery was 23rd of August. So, pending a time, by the time it was like, so one particular doctor that I was using at the beginning told me that my expected date of delivery was 23rd of August. My brand new doctor told me that my expected date of delivery was 21st of August, so it was Friday or Saturday. So I told myself that, okay, whichever one, we're going to be good. So these contractions were coming, but they were like 25 minutes apart. Then they would come, I'll have contractions for a while. They were so painful. I'll try and see if I can insert some videos in. Some were quite painful. Everything was going out to go, my people. So on Saturday 22nd, let me not forget, I started watching YouTube videos on labor. I was not afraid, to be very sincere with you, And the reason why I was not afraid, because I had a dream, and I remember that God showed me how the labor room was going to be like, how everything was going to be, how the nurses were going to do, and what exactly my husband should do, and that the doctor would not be there when the baby comes out. And in my head, to be very sincere with you, I struggle with it, but I'm like, it's one of those dreams. But I know that when I remember my dream, and it means that God is giving me a message 90% of the time, like 90% of the time. So, after coming back from our last trip, I think we went on a last trip when I was 38 weeks. So I was still working to my 39th week. I stopped work just as we're about to enter my 40th week. So I started using exercise, yoga ball. I was bouncing on it. I was doing all these things. So all these things were already going on. Let me not bore you with so much of story. But it's story time, so you get it. So, so on the Saturday, which was 22nd, let me sip something. I told my husband I was craving hurls, steak, not even steak, ribs with Cajun chicken and fries. So it was like, that he's not in the mood to eat it, da 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 da. So I drove myself. I went to Earl's. When I got there, I sat down like this, and I'm like, I need this, and I told them the exact half rib with Cajun chicken and fries and virgin mojito. So the guy's like, oh, when am I due? I said, I'm waiting. If the baby wants to come now, let him come now. I was looking at me like, sister, the man, don't think like that too. So that was Saturday. So I finished eating. I even made a video. I'll see if I find the video, I'll insert it. So I made a video. I went back home. As I got home, Saturday night, I was having contractions. Now my husband was in the room sleeping, and I was in the sitting room. Normally, I watch different churches early Sunday morning Nigeria time. So I was watching these churches, but I knew I was in pain. I was in severe pain, and the pain was like, it was as if something was just pulling from inside of me, and it was excruciating. I was like that for about 3 hours. When it was around 2 o'clock, I went to bed. Yeah, it was around 2. Then I woke up around 5. Then the pain started again. I struggled. I was able to sleep a bit till about 7 o'clock. So it was 7 o'clock. I was cleaning the house. I was just trying to put things together. But I was feeling a certain way. So I already packed my hospital bag. I already put, everything was in place. So when it was past 10, I called one of my friends, which is my sister, Rachel, and I'm like, what's up? How you doing? She's like, oh, that she actually plans to bring jollof rice for me. I said, well, I'm still cleaning the house. I'm still trying to set out some things. But you know what? You can bring it around, let's say 3 o'clock, which should be fine. By the time it was 11:30 to 12, my parents called and said, how are you doing? I said, I'm okay. How are you feeling? I'm like, I'm feeling some kind of contractions almost all night. But you know what? I think I should be fine. Okay. Then, people of God, it was past 12 and it was getting worse. The contractions were every 5 minutes. So immediately my pastor got off stage, because my pastor is my family doctor. So then my pastor got off stage. I called him and I said, Pastor, I'm not feeling all right. He's like, how are your contractions? I said, I'm feeling it every 3 minutes. He's like, every 3 minutes? Okay, you know what? Hang up the phone, call the hospital, tell them that this is what's going on with you, and let me know what they say. So I called the hospital and they said, what's going on? I told them this. Who is your doctor? I told them the doctor. Then they said, okay, you know what? Try this. Pack your load and make sure that you start coming. Can you drive? I said, I can't drive at the moment, but my parents will come pick me. So I called my parents. At that time, my husband was at work. So I told him, okay, just calm down. Anything can happen. You can get there and it's all false, right? So my parents came. I wore slippers. I will show you the video. I think I will insert the video here. So it got to a phase where we're driving and I was in pain. Then I get to the hospital and I do the registration. They're like, oh, they cannot allow anybody but one person. And because they're going to be checking your inside. So my dad was outside in the car. My husband was still at work. My pastor was still in church and they were just waiting for feedback. And I do my registration. I give them my normal documentation, and they put me on the street. I was like, you know what? I'll be able to walk. And I take 2 steps. I'm like, no, you know what? I just need that wheelchair. So they put me on the wheelchair and they rolled me up to the examination. So they examine you first to see how far you've gone, and if you're already in labor, they admit you, and if not, they will send you back home. So I get there and the lady is like, oh, they want to check the inside. Oh my Jesus. That's the most uncomfortable. I don't know can there be a machine that will just check how far you're dilated without people putting your hands inside you? People of God. Jesus. I didn't understand. Please, Pregnant Association of Medical People, please, don't put your... It was the most uncomfortable feeling. Me thinking about... I told myself that I didn't want to do this video. So, after they checked, the lady's like, oh, you're about 3 centimeters dilated. But the issue is, you're really having very hard contractions, like the baby is coming. I'm like, okay. She's like, you know what? It's either I allow you to go home and we see how this goes, but really I would advise that you stay here because these contractions are every 3 minutes now. And I'm like, don't send me home because there's no point. So they admitted me. They took me to a labor ward, a labor room. I was sitting down. Then there was experience, and they were doing what they call it, Tim Godfrey's concert. I've forgotten the name. They were doing that concert, then Mr. Jumbo was doing his concert. So I was still enjoying the concert until the next nurse came again. Oh, nurse, this is a very amazing, nice nurses, two of them. And that one said, oh, that she wants to check how far I'm gone. So still in the excruciating pain of the, what they call it, contraction going here and there, they're telling me you want to check me again. Okay. So she checks again. And I'm still at 3 cm. Then my doctor, my gynecologist comes. Oh, doctor, good evening, sir. How's everything, sir? It looks like the baby's coming today. I'm like, oh, amen, sir. I know that. Then he said he wants to check. Oh, my Jesus. Like I said, let us create a machine that will just let you just put a torchlight in front of the woman's opening area and let you just see that, oh, this is 3 centimeters. Let us stop putting our hand inside. It's no fear. Let me continue my story. So he checks, he said, oh, well, you have 4 centimeters gone. Okay, this was about, so let me give you my timeline. I got to the hospital at about past 2 to 3. I was admitted about almost 3 o'clock. So the 4 centimeter, I was 4 centimeter at about 4:30. So at that time, my husband had already closed from work. He had gone back home. My sister Rachel had gone to the house to give my husband the jollof rice she wanted to give me so that I can eat. So they started asking me, oh, do you want to get epidural or gravel or morphine? I said, give me gravel. Give me epidural. Give me gravel. Please, give me gravel. My mother said, have you told her the consequences? So my mom is a nurse, and the thing is, one of the nurses was very, very careful on how she was going to work because my mom was a nurse. And my mom was like, I know that, just be yourself, enjoy yourself, it's your job. Like, what if I'm not here? So Momsi said, tell her the consequences of using gravel or morphine. So they tell me, oh, they'll make me not feel the pain. It will numb the area, but it could just delay labor. My mom still said, I'll say it in Yoruba and I'll say it in English. She it is sleep you came to sleep in this place. You don't want to just get the baby and let's go. I said, Mom, it's not your experience. It's not your experience. It's not your experience. So at that time, my husband came in around 5:30. I was still 4 cm. But at that point, I was in severe pain. This was around 5:30. I was in severe pain. I was sliding down the what they call it? I was sliding down the what they call this thing, the bed. I was going to the toilet several times. I was just oh Jesus. At some point I will watch the concert again to take my mind off it. At some point the contraction will start again. To 6, the nurse is like, let's check how far you're going. I say, you're not touching me. You're not touching me. My husband said at some point, I held his clothes. I even smacked him at the back and I called his full name and he was like, wait, what's going on? Why is she calling my full name? Guys, this thing I'm telling you is pain that my enemy must not feel. I need to take one more sip. 6 o'clock, let's check how far you're gone. 6:30, let's check how far you're gone. 7 o'clock, at this point I'm sliding down. My husband is literally carrying me back on the bed. As I slide off again, he will carry me back on the bed. Guys, by the time, so at some point she had already told me to strip my legs wide open. This was around 7:30. she's like, madam, I need to check you because I have a feeling like these contractions are like 1 minute apart, or even less than 1 minute apart. And I don't forget that I got to the hospital, I got checked in around past 3. So in my head, I'm still thinking that maybe whatever. So I'm still thinking, oh, since my gynecologist is around, there's no cause for alarm. But remember that I had a dream where God told me that the doctor will not be around and that Jesus is going to be there. Jesus is going to be my doctor. The nurses are going to be there. And there's a certain thing that I wanted my husband to do. And so I opened leg go. As we opened leg, the doctor so that they could see the head of the baby from outside. This is at 7:35. So they brought everything. Oh, let's get this, let's get that. The baby is about to come out. The baby is about to come out. The head's already. I'm seeing the head. I'm seeing the this. I'm seeing the that. Instead, your sister should calm down and let them do their work. No, I still was pulling myself, pulling my leg, doing everything. My husband will carry me back again. At that point, I now started. I see the people coming like. This thing I dey smile with you, na pain. At exactly 7:45, that's Sunday, 23rd August, my baby came out. Now, she came out and I didn't hear cry. So when she came out, my husband cut the umbilical cord. Then I was not hearing her cry, and I'm like, what's happening? What's going on? What is it? They're like, oh, that she ingested fluid inside the tummy. They were running up and down, and I'm like, I remember that word God gave me that Dr. Jesus will be on scene. And people, the essence of this story, and to be very sincere with you, I've struggled so much to actually share this, but the essence of me telling you this story is to let you know that when God gives his word, he stands by his word. I don't know what God has told you this year, 2021, but I'm here to tell you that when God gives his word, he stands by his word. You know, before now, several people God told me that my labor will be smooth, peaceful, quick, no cause for alarm. Everyone that prayed with me, prayed for me, same thing, exact same word. So my doctor, my gynecologist came after the baby was born. So immediately she started crying. They swaddled her and they wanted to give me. I said, no, please give her dad. And I told God that the exact thing I saw in there was that my husband would pray and declare blessings upon her life and pray for her as the first declaration of her on earth. And that was what he did. And now he gave her to me. And I'm like, thank you, Dr. Jesus. Thank you, Dr. Jesus. Thank you, Dr. Jesus. And Dr. Jesus came through. My doctor came. He's like, wow, congratulations. This one, that one. After you give it to the baby, then you deliver the placenta. So it's the same thing, but this one just one slimy big sack of thing. So I delivered the placenta. Then he had to sew the tear. So he had to first freeze the sides. So that's when I knew that there were levels to tear. There's level 1, there's level 2, there's level 3, there's level 4. So it was like, it's just a level 2 tear. I should be healed within weeks. So yeah, my labor story was that amazing. So in about 4 hours, I got into the hospital and I gave birth to a bouncing, healthy baby. Like I said, the essence of this story is not to let you say, because I know a lot of sisters, and please tell me in the comment section if you want to jump on this too. Let's have a conversation on our labor story and how God was able to keep us through the process. Please put it in the comment section or share something that God told you about your labor, and or if you just opted to even go for CS and not natural birth. So yes, it was natural birth. Within 4 hours, my baby came out, very healthy girl. And it was just a sign that God is still faithful, and he was ever faithful, and he stood by his word. And you know, whatever it is that God has told you this year, he's gonna perform it. And I want to share with my sisters out there that looking for the fruit of the womb, are waiting on God, or maybe that you've actually taken in and you lost your baby. I'm telling you, God is going to compensate you. God is going to comfort you, and God's going to be there for you. And God says He never sleeps, never slumbers. He remembers you. So please don't be discouraged. Don't give up. Hold on to His word. And that was one thing that throughout my pregnancy journey and throughout my labor, I was always listening to worship song. Even when I gave birth to her, beside her where they put her, I always put worship song. 24 hours there was always worship song playing. It was such a surreal, beautiful moment. I wasn't able to sit for another 1 to 3 weeks, but it was such an amazing experience that I thank God I'm alive today, to share this with you and to let you know that when God gives you a word, when God shows you things, please make sure that you hold on to His word, that whatever He has shown you, He will surely bring it to pass. So yes, I believe that I've been able to let you know why I'm sharing this story and why it's very important for us to hold on to God's word and trust Him. Whatever happened in your lineage will not happen to you. Whatever it is that the enemy is trying to use to scare you, God is here to give you double for your trouble. So just wait on Him and hold on to Him. And please, if you have any contributions, questions, comments, please make sure you put it in the comment section or send me a direct message, and we'll be able to chat. And if you want me to pray with you, please make sure that you can also send me a direct message. I'm Anu Adediri at all social media platforms. Or if you want to send me an email, just send it to info@anuadediri.com. Yes, and that's all about the story today. Till I see you some other time, don't forget to follow, like, share, subscribe, and make sure that you check out all my other motherhood related content. Until I see you next time, God bless you. Bye.